So today, all about royal tradition then, Lizzie, something of which you also have, I believe, a certain affinity.
I love the pomp, Tom. Every day is a day for pomp. And look, today it is all about that pomp and pageantry. In theory, it should be the low-risk day, although that's a relative term when it comes to President Trump. Of course, this isn't his first state visit. It's an unprecedented second. Barack Obama and George W. Bush didn't get to come back a second time. And this is really what we do best here in the UK. But the risk is that we deploy our ace, the king, without getting anything substantive in return. And you may remember during Donald Trump's first state visit, they'd all just sat down for the state banquet at Buckingham Palace, everybody in their finery, only for an interview to break with the Sun newspaper in which Trump had criticised then Prime Minister Theresa May. Indigestion for all, deeply embarrassing, and there are many potential pitfalls again this time. For example, Tom, you've got many UK officials worried that Trump will confront Starmer on his pledge to recognise Palestine. We have the UN General Assembly meeting in New York coming up next week. There's also the uncomfortable question of Jeffrey Epstein. Starmer just having lost his UK ambassador to Washington, Peter Mandelson, over the deceased, disgraced financier. And Epstein, of course, is the tie that binds Starmer via Mandelson, the king via his brother Prince Andrew, and Donald Trump himself. So not only could there be painful small talk, there is the serious question, which may be posed to Starmer at the joint press conference at the end of this trip. Does he actually think that anyone with links to Epstein is fit for high office?
Yes, and of course, when you think of Epstein, unfortunately, you also have to think about the royal family and the role of Prince Andrew and his friendship, of course, with the late disgraced financier. What role would the extended royal family play? Are all members getting involved in this? You've described them as the ace in the pack. The king is the ace in the pack. What other cards from the royal family is this UK government hoping to play?
Well, the President and the First Lady are going to arrive here in Windsor to be greeted by the King and Queen. As you say, they'll go on a carriage procession around the grounds of Windsor, avoiding any potential protests, I might add, but they'll be with the Prince and Princess of Wales. And we hear that Donald Trump took a shining to Prince William when they met in Paris last year. He said he was very handsome. So they're keen to deploy William on this visit as well. They'll then be having a private lunch. They'll lay a wreath on the tomb of the late Queen Elizabeth II. Of course, Donald Trump, very, very fond of the late Queen. And we know that he loves royal tradition. He's gone from a Saudi oasis to a Dutch palace and now to Windsor Castle. We know the effect that the hand-signed invitation from King Charles III produced on Donald Trump back in February when Starmer delivered it to the White House. We got shunted to the front of the queue when it came to a trade deal. Britain now benefiting from lower tariffs than other US allies. But the point again is that this soft power needs to translate into hard leverage for Britain when it comes to trade, when it comes to geopolitics, on the crucial issues of Ukraine and the Middle East as well, because frankly, this visit couldn't come at a worse time for UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer.